guys. We're going to begin with the opening statement from Coach. We're going to begin with the opening statement from Coach, and we'll take questions for the players first and get them out of here, and then we'll take questions for Coach. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to Coach Johnson at this time.
Hard-fought game tonight. I'm really proud of our guys. Tough, hard-nosed game. They didn't back down. We had a slow start to the second half. But again, they came back. It's a game of cycles. I told them that during the timeouts. Really proud of our first half. We put together a pretty complete first half on both ends of the floor. Got a little stuck offensively in the second half, but give them credit. They're a really good team. But I'm proud of our guys, especially these two guys here. Riley made some key plays for us, big rebounds, a big three. Justin was solid all night. They actually tried to utilize our strategy against Justin in the second half that we were using on Brooks in the first half, trying to deny him the ball. So it made us have to work a little bit more. But again, I told my guys, if you'd have told me June 1st in the start of our summer skill work, individual workouts, that we'd be 7-3 going into Christmas break, I'll take it. So I'm proud of my guys. We'll go back and break down the film. And, we got 2 more games before the real deal starts. That's SEC play. And we got to be ready.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to take questions for either Justin or Riley. Just raise your hand. We'll get a microphone over to you. Start with Alex in the front row.
For both guys, just kind of talk about your shooting tonight. You really, especially Justin, you looked like at one point you were just kind of on fire, NBA Jam style. I mean, what were you feeling out there?
First, I would like to give thanks to, God for giving me another opportunity. Also giving thanks to Coach and my teammates. But it wasn't just me as my teammates having confidence in me all season, all year, and my coach having confidence in me. And I just went out there and played my game.
Yeah, just follow up what Justin said. Coach has confidence in us. Our teammates have confidence in us. And when they make the plays, it's easy to knock the shot down. So, give credit to them.
Drew in the front row here.
Riley, you've obviously continued to work hard this year. You've struggled with your shot a little bit, but you seem more comfortable tonight. What was the key for you offensively?
Yeah, just play wide open. Just play free. There's nothing to lose. Like I said, coaches got confidence in us. Players have confidence in us, in me. So, they just had to make the plays for me, and I just had to open shots. So I just had to knock down the shot, just have confidence in my shot.
Far right, Mark.
For Riley, what did you see different at the start of that second half compared to the first half when you guys were rolling?
Yeah, like Coach said, we came out slow. We kind of stuck a little bit on offense. We kind of got in, had a few turnovers, and but Oregon's a really good team, really well coached, and they capitalized on our turnovers early. And so it kind of gave them the momentum, and we struggled to get it back for most of the second half.
Justin, it seems like you've played your 2 best games of the season, the last 2 games. What do you feel like the difference has been for you the last couple games?
Coach had a big talk in the summer where he just told me to just play my game and have confidence. So I just been going off that with Coach and, watching film and talking to Coach Johnson every day in practice. He giving me a confidence and telling me just go out there and play my game. So with him having a lot of confidence in me, it's easy just to go out there and just play my game and with great teammates. So that's what I do.
Back over to Alex.
Justin, obviously you're playing back, in your backyard, your hometown. How much family, friends did you have here, and what was it like being back home?
Well, it's great being back home, even though I won 3 state championships, here in high school. So it's great atmosphere, great time. All my family get to be here because it's hard for them to get to Tuscaloosa. So it was pretty fun. It was great.
Did it remind you of high school at all?
Yeah, it reminded me of high school a lot.
Go back over to Matt, and then we'll go.
And Justin, when's the last time you were in that kind of rhythm? Was it at Alabama or was it back in high school?
Probably Arkansas last year.
Yeah, I think it was the Arkansas game last year. Well, yeah, I think it was Arkansas game last year.
Go Jack, second row.
Coach, you said if someone had told you you'd be 7-3 at this point, you'd take it. Do you have any regrets, though, so far on not making it easy for yourself scheduling-wise in your first year?
You know what? I'll answer that question in a minute because we're
I'm sorry.
the student athletes. But let's ask Riley that question. How do you feel about 7-3 right now?
Man, I feel pretty good. It's tough loss. I hate losing. But we shouldn't keep our heads down. We play tough tonight, I thought, and we'll be ready when we come back from Christmas break.
And this is for both Justin and Riley. What do you guys take from the second half as far as a learning experience? Because that was an NCAA tournament team that kind of kicked you guys in the teeth and really executed well offensively. What's the key for you guys?
Yeah, that's, like you said, they're a really well coached team. They play really hard, and they make you pay on turnovers. So I think just taking care of the ball. We had a few blown assignments. I've blown a few assignments in the second half, but I think we learned a lot from this game, and we're going to move on and try to get better.
Just like Riley said, when we get back from Christmas break, we're going to break down a lot of film with Coach, which Coach is really good with that. So we're going to learn a lot of our mistakes that we did in the second half so we can get better at it. So that's what we're going to do when we get back from Christmas break.
Let's do one more question for the player. Let's go over to Ken on the far right over here.
Just for Justin, I know very early on you made the 2 3-point plays, and then the 2 3-pointers kind of came. Does it sometimes start with a smaller shot, and then, what kind of confidence did you get, seeing the rest go down?
First off, I would like to thank Kolu for getting me in the weight room as soon as possible when I first got here. So they helped out a lot on those 3-point plays and one. So once you get an easy bucket, it's good to find rhythm because you see your first shot go in. So it was pretty easy when you see your first shot fall.
Okay, Justin, Riley, you guys are excused.
Great job.
We'll go ahead and take questions for Coach Avery at this time. Let's start with-
Well, I'll answer your question. I break our season down into 7-game increments. Okay, and we evaluate where we are in every facet of the game. 2-3 games ago, we identified that offensive rebounding was very problematic for us. I think we were 346 or something in the country. Now we're somewhere in the 200s. But when I look at where we are with the roster that we have, I'm awfully proud of them. But I'm not going to back up. I expected us to win tonight. When the game started and I saw kind of where some of our problems areas were, and we were staying away from those, we were, playing good defense on them. I mean, we played award-winning defense in the first half against a good team, and we did the same thing against Xavier in Florida. But again, because we don't have a 30-point consistent score, we have to do it as a team offensively. So that means we have to screen and pass, and everybody's got to know the play. We drew up a play in the timeout, and 4 guys knew it and 1 guy didn't. So for us, we have to be all 5 guys on the string on the floor for us to be successful. And we did a much better job of that in the first half and not so much in the second half.
Twofold question, Avery. Defensive rotation, second half, a problem, getting to guys, as you know, that. And then the other side of the coin is you're competitive every game, getting that out of these guys. It's paid off now. How do you see that paying off also when league play begins?
Yeah, and I think there was a question earlier about scheduling. Look, when you're in the SEC, RPI, it means a lot. We don't want to have a team that's finishes 6 or 7 in our conference because they got a low RPI and they don't make it to the tournament. So we can't just go and play anybody. So when we played, scheduled the schedule that we have now, it's for not just for November or December, it's thinking ahead. That if we can go and be competitive in our conference, which is going to be tough within itself, then we'll have a chance down the road, to potentially be a tournament team. So, the loss at Dayton, we lost, but we learned a lot about ourselves. I'm proud of the way we bounced back. The loss against Xavier, we learned a lot about ourselves, and we bounced back and won 2 games against ranked teams in Florida. This team is probably going to be in the top 25 if they, in the next, whenever the rankings come out again. So for us, we have to get ready for a tough conference where we potentially going to have hopefully 6 or 7 teams in the tournament this year.
Going to the left, Cecil.
Coach, certainly not singling anybody out right here, but Retton struggled a little bit offensively tonight. I think he was 1 for 9 from the floor. How hard is it for you to sort of make up his points if he's not scoring 15, 17 a game?
It's a little bit of a challenge, but I got to do a better job making it up. we got to do a better job. Here's a guy that was SEC Player of the Week, and it's because he's playing good offense, and we'll go back and look at the film and see what I could have called or better decisions I could have made to help him out. He's a young man. They're dependent on me to make the right calls all the time to put them in positions to be successful. So we'll get back to the drawing board and see what we could have done differently to help him out. Whenever Redden struggles, it's not his fault. It's my fault because I have to do a better job of putting him in position to be successful.
And Coach, I wanted to talk to you about a couple of young guys. I know you said every 7 games so you see where you are, but talk about the development of Dante Hall and Brandon Austin. They've given you some valuable minutes the last couple of games.
Yes, they've been positive on the floor. Dante is in the right spots and he's catching and finishing around the basket. Brandon had a very explosive move there in the first half, and that's what we're looking for from him. He's trying to rebound a little bit better, but they're 2 freshmen playing under the big lights. It's different stakes now. But they're growing and developing, and they've come a long way from when we first started in the summertime.
3 more questions, starting with Alex.
I wanted to ask you about the turnovers at the start of the second half. I think you had 7 the entire first half and 5 in the first 5 or 6 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
What was that? Ball handling? Was that not having a guy like Dejan in there that?
No excuse about Dejan because we were up by 12 in the first half without him. I just think we didn't do a good job of being strong with the ball, setting up to catch the ball. They played the passing lanes. We didn't go back door. So, give them credit. They went in the locker room. They came out on fire. Unfortunately, we had the delay with the floor situation, and we just couldn't get in gear early enough in the second half.
Go straight in the back to Scott.
Coach, I'm not sure what the announced attendance was, what the number was, but there were a lot of people out there. Just can you kind of talk about what that tells you about the excitement level about what you guys are doing?
And the great thing about our crowd tonight, they weren't just in the building, they were in the game. I mean, they were standing on their feet. Now, it's different when the crowd comes to the game and they're not into the game. This crowd was into the game. And, man, it felt, I know I'm trying to stay away from using the word NBA playoffs, but it felt like the Final Four in here tonight. Yeah, it felt good.
Hey, Avery, 2-part question. So just to follow up, first of all, on what I asked Justin, just what kind of progression have you seen from him during the course of the last couple of games?
He feels like he's been given the keys to the car, and there's no other drivers. And he's just confident. We spent a lot of time watching video, trying to keep him in his strengths. He's been very coachable, just a very lovable kid, very coachable, works hard, and, had a great semester in the classroom. I'm awfully proud of all of our guys. We had 9 of our 14 guys with a 3.0 or higher, and 3 more that were 2.8 and higher, and Justin's in that group. So I just think, he's maturing. He's learning how to quarterback the team more. And, I'm trying to break down situations in practice to help him. I even sometimes put on my high tops and get out there and work out with him sometimes. So that's been very gratifying. I can't move as fast as I used to.
And the second part of the question, you mentioned being proud of the team for what they did tonight. Oregon, obviously, a team that I think at one point was in the top 25. You played this game without Shannon. You played this game without Dejan. How much more proud does that make you, the fact that you were competitive with this team without?
Yeah, but we didn't come in the game to be competitive to lose. As the game was wearing on, even when they made their little run, I always thought in my mind it was a winnable game if we could make some plays at the end. I was purposely trying to save a timeout there, hoping that we could fight through it. But again, I'm proud of our team. We got a long ways to go. We haven't even hit conference play yet. But again, we've turned some heads. We've gotten some folks' attention, all right, that University of Alabama men's basketball team, they're going to put on their hard hats. They don't make excuses. They don't complain to referees. They just play the game. And when we play it and the ball is moving and we're executing, making our free throws. We missed a couple of free throws there, front end of 1-and-1s that we needed. They're just fun to work with.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thanks.